Hello and welcome back to my Let's Play. So the previous episode was 3 weeks ago. That's from when I'm recording it, not from when this is going to come out. So let me give you a quick reminder of everything that happened. I did some terraforming, and I built this small sugarcane farm, and yeah, that was it. Now you may think that in 3 weeks since the previous episode, I would have gotten a lot done, but you'd be completely wrong. The only thing that I've done is I've taken the spawner and made a little trash XP farm out of it. And in this episode, I'm going to start building my base, starting out with like a very small castle. And you may be like, well, a small castle doesn't make any sense. But you see, a lot of castles, what they would do is they would have a little castle, and then they would make it bigger, and then bigger, and they would just keep expanding it. Either because, it got destroyed and they rebuilt part of it, or the guy who owned it had a bunch of money and was like, I want this bigger. Or because, new technologies like, gunpowder and cannons and stuff, they had to, of course, improve stuff. So they would often have like, little one, and it would just grow. Like the castle in Prague is like a great example of this. It's like massive for no reason other than just they just kept building it bigger. So this is probably going to be like that. What I'm going to try and do is use like different styles and like blocks and stuff like that to try and convey that difference in time. I don't know how well that's going to work, but I guess we'll find out. I haven't really done any planning beyond that. I think I want like the older parts to be like a little darker so they look like dirty or something. And I guess if I'm using bricks, which I probably will, at least, for some component of it, have those be like cracked and, stuff like that. I really have not planned any of this out, but that's kind of the fun of it. So I've laid out a basic outline of this. 2 towers and some walls, and this is going to be like a building that's also going to be act as one of the walls, and then 2 more towers on either side of it. And I'm going to have an entrance over here, and this will be the part where stuff can actually happen in. This is just going to be a little courtyard. Probably have like some little buildings, like maybe like, a stable, forge, armory, whatever. Actually, probably armory be in there, but, like all like the support buildings going to be in this courtyard. I know I said small, and this doesn't look like that small, but, I got that for like size comparison, so kind of got to build everything pretty big now. Whoops. Anyways, I'm going to be mixing in a bunch of other blocks here, like the non-cobbled deep slate and stuff like that, but I don't actually have, like, any of that, so I'm going to get it now. Really random thing, but I keep getting attacked by these guys, and now I've Bad Omen 4, I think? I don't know how this happened. Anyways, I did some building. I was originally going to try and do a gradient, have darker blocks at the bottom, lighter blocks at the top, maybe even... Basically, the idea is go from deep slate at the bottom to, like, maybe stone brick, stuff like that at the top. That didn't happen. Also, yes, I have a cold and my voice sounds a little weird, I know. So it's not finished yet, but let me take you through what I've built so far. So in here, there's an inner courtyard. I'm going to be building buildings in here. Then I'm going to have 4 towers, one there, and then one on either side of the main, like, keep building, which so far is kind of boring and uneventful. Yeah, it's really about all there is to it. I'm not sure exactly how high I'm going to make this. Maybe 2 stories, maybe 3. But I think definitely at least 2. And then maybe I'll have like the towers go up a little higher. That'll be the same height as like the roof of this or something like that. I don't know. I sort of just build things, and whatever gets built is whatever gets built. Imagine what would happen if I actually planned things out. Anyways, I'm going to go on a quick rant about one of the building techniques I used here. So if you look at this side and compare it to this side looks a lot better, at least in my opinion. And that's because this side just very much looks like it's just sat on top and doesn't look very like integrated into the landscape. Here's a comparison from further away, so you can see them both at the same time. And so basically, I've just done all of this all the way around and like put it into the ground, stuff like that. And this partially just ties into the ground a bit better, but it also creates a bit of like depth within the wall, because otherwise it's just completely flat, and that's like pretty boring. So with this, you could add a bit of depth and anchor into the ground more. Now, you don't always need to do this, like in places where the terrain changes a lot. It's like you can kind of get away with it, but areas where it's completely flat, it just looks bad. And if you actually integrate it into the terrain, it looks a bit better. So, yeah. I think it looks pretty cool. Anyways, I still have a lot more work to do, so I'm going to get back to that. So, not only have I built the second floor all the way around, but at the front here, I also built this little gatehouse thing, which has some cool features like these trapdoors in the floor, so you can, shoot down at people if you need to. So, yeah, sort of just added it on because I felt like it. Also added this here because I felt like it. Not really any reason, just, because. I mean, I suppose there is a reason. It's a very good spot for, like, anyone to shoot anyone who's coming in through there. That's really about it, though. And that I realized that after the fact. I sort of was like, yeah, I was going to build something here, so I did. Anyways, I've been thinking about whether or not I want to stop it here or build it higher up. If so, how much higher and stuff like that. I think like proportion-wise from the inside it can definitely be higher. And from the front it would not look weird if it was taller as well. But around the back, I don't know, just because there's like all of this like layer of foundation to bring it up, I'm not sure if I can go another floor or not. I think I probably could, but I don't want it to like get too tall to the point where it looks weird. But yeah, I think definitely the front here definitely needs to be taller, otherwise it will just look like so short, just its height in comparison to how wide it is. So yeah, I guess it's time to make this even taller. I'm probably gonna run out of materials for like the fourth time, aren't I? Yeah, probably. So I was just doing a bit of caving. Originally, oh wait, there's some diamonds, give me a second. Anyways, I was doing a bit of caving. Originally I was just like mining out a bunch of deep slate, and then I found a cave and so I'm running through it. And I found a geode. What's going on here? So yeah. Yeah, there's a skeleton spawner inside of a geode. That's kinda cool. Oh, and here's all the cobblestone. It's kinda neat. Yo, there's the other chest. Oh, infinity. That's just really helpful. And hold up, what's in that chest? Lure. I mean, it's kind of helpful-ish, maybe, right? Well, so yeah, that's pretty cool. I should probably make us. This is probably a better spawner than the zombie spawner, just 'cause you get all the bones and stuff. Yeah, I might make I might make another grinder out of this. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I could work a geode farm into it as well or something. That could be pretty cool, actually. I don't know. I'll see. Guess who has bad omen again? Well, I've finished building most of it, I think. Up on the third floor here, I built some ramparts all the way around. And they got stuff like this, so you can shoot when people get too close to the wall. You wouldn't be able to because it'd be blocked, but now you can shoot. They actually do this on normal castles. Another thing that I just built randomly is these things. Like from far away, they look kind of cool, but like they have no purpose. Also, on like the back of the like actual building part of the keep, there's more ramparts, and one of these that almost actually makes sense because it's where the door is, and I guess you can't get shot when leaving the door. I don't know. I just built them. They look better-ish from far away. See, it just like looks cool. I mean, I think it looks cool, and it's like it's just like a nice thing down the center. Also, if you notice up at the top, instead of doing the normal basalt and the like whatever that is, but instead of doing normal basalt, I did I think it's the polished basalt up there. So it's a little bit lighter up there, and that's the closest thing I've done to a gradient on this building, even though my entire plan was to do a gradient on it. Another thing I've done is use bricks in places like around the windows. The idea being that this is all like big, huge blocks of stone, but around the windows, you need like a more, I mean, not just like perfect rectangle per square, but you want it to be, at least somewhat straight. And doing that to like a big thing of stone, you're going to end up with, small little pieces to actually, get it to be that shape and size and stuff. So there's bricks around it. Not in like all of the places, just because I feel like that would have looked like way too like weird. So it's in like, some places there's bricks where maybe they had to, fill in where they needed a little gap or something like that. Also, there's no windows anywhere on the first floor for security reasons, I guess. I don't know. I sort of just forgot about them, and then I was like, I don't really want any. Plus, like, on all these sides, there's gonna be, like, the buildings and stuff. Not that there really is anywhere, like, actually it's good for a window, but there's gonna be all buildings and stuff, so. Anyways, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do with all of this. So, because I was thinking these towers, either I just put ramparts on them, similar to that, probably punch it all out a block, just to give it, like, a little more interestingness to the shape up at the top, and allow me to do stuff similar to that on the towers. Or I could just put like big roofs on them, like big pointy roofs, and that'd probably look fine as long as I get the roof like shape dialed in correctly. Or I could do both and have like the ramparts all the way around, and then like a smaller like building part in the middle, and have just a roof on that. I don't know. I haven't decided. I also haven't decided what I want to use for the roofs. I've laid out a couple of the options. I think copper could be cool. Doesn't like, I don't know, it clashes a little bit, but also it's like this building, everything is gray except for the tiny little bit of wood. So it definitely needs some sort of like accent color probably. Probably do need pop a color, but I'm not sure if this is the right call. Also, I'm not sure how it'll look once it is aged. I think it might look a little better once it's all fully aged, because it'll be green and gray, which might not be as much of a contrast as the orange. Also, it would be a cool, like, showing the passage of time and stuff. But, I don't know. It would also be a lot of copper. And a lot of it I've just ignored and not mined, so I don't have, like, a whole lot. I could also do just, like, various different dark grays or blacks and stuff, and any of them would probably work. These ones have a little bit more of, like, a purple to them, so that could be, like, a little bit of color. Also, like, there will be a floor here. It's just gonna be, like, in the roof line with, like, dormers, which are just the windows that go out of the roof. They're on houses all the time. So, in summary, built some stuff randomly for no reason, and don't know what to do now, and can't figure it out. So I was thinking more about, again, what I want to use as the roof. I decided I am going to use this black stone, and here's my reasoning. In all of this, like, basalt I've been using, there's all these purple, and then there's also purple. So there'll be the purple and the purple, and I don't know. I had to choose something, and that seemed like a good enough reason. But this is all of the black stone I have. So yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more. Also, I think I'm just gonna not put roofs on these, because I can always add them on later if I want to, and I don't want to have to mine a crap ton of blackstone. So yeah, that's my plan. So I got myself a little bit of blackstone, but more than that, and I've already used a lot of it on this roof. For anyone who's wondering what dormers are, this is what they are. They're just a window that's in the roof. Also, I figured out how I want to do the towers. Put something similar in to what's on the ramparts down below in the walls, so you can, again, shoot at anyone down there. And it sticks out a little bit just to give it some more depth and look a little cooler. So this is what the towers look like from farther away. And they're not quite perfect, not quite exactly what I wanted, I'm not sure why, but I do think they still look pretty good. And this is what it looks like from back here. And for like the 10 billionth time this episode, I'm not sure what I want to do with all this. Cause see, I could do a roof like this, but since it's much wider, it'd be much taller. And I could do like 2 roofs, but like, I don't know if that would look good. I could just make it like a big like balcony, kind of like the ramparts sort of thing, but I'm not really sure why or how that would be helpful, considering that's basically what all of the towers are. I think I'm just gonna do 2 roofs, cause I don't know what else I would do. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. And it's finally finished. So in addition to finishing off the towers and the roof, I also just pulled these walls out by one, just to make it a little more circular. And I think, because I didn't really like this, but I think with this change, it does definitely look a lot better. So that's cool. But yeah, also I finished everything. Well, not everything. There's still no interior, and nothing in the courtyard. But all the towers and the roof are all done. And so this is what I did for that roof. It's just 2 peaks, and I think it works pretty well. And I really do think that the black stone with the deep slate is like a very like an interesting contrast. I'm actually pretty pleased with how that came out. And that's gonna be it for this video. Mainly because I haven't put out a video in like, I think it's pretty close to 50 days at this point. So I definitely need to put this one out pretty soon. In the next video, I'm going to be doing all of the interior, and I'm going to be filling out this courtyard with a bunch of buildings and stuff, just to make it not be so completely empty. So, if you want to see that, subscribe, and if it's been long enough that that's already out, it'll be on screen now.